today's coverage of WPBA basketball right here on Bench. Hello, I am Jacob Van Rokel, joined alongside Zena Keita for the championship game of this 2025 summer WPBA season. Zena, what a journey it's been, and it all comes down to this final matchup between the Blaze and the Pheonix. It's the two teams that maybe people expected going into the playoff. Both of these teams had a bye on Friday, well rested leading into this matchup. What are you looking forward to?
I'm just excited for the competition. I mean, as you mentioned, these two programs are packed with talent, both specifically in their backcourt. I think that is what I'm looking at, the Charity Gallegos versus Amila Lee on both sides, right? But then you also have some really talented backcourt or front court members, and Erica McCall going up against her Stanford player, Brooke Dimitri as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fast-paced action, and of course, number one versus number two, you can expect good basketball.
Yeah, there's another coach-to-player matchup to watch out for. Kaylin Rondowa is the assistant coach of Cal State Monterey Bay. Just graduating from there is Shanice Garrett of the Pheonix. So a coach to player on both sides, so it should be fun to see if there's any extra scouting or guarding going involved.
I was going to say, the scout probably is really good here.
We've got the anthem about to play here in the former Holy Names University Gymnasium. So we're going to step aside for a moment here on Bench. We've also got a host, Scott, out here for the entire. A lot better than I am, to say the least.
The velvet jacket is looking sharp. Okay, Jacob?
I don't have that in the bag just yet. But, yeah, Scott in the jacket. There. Yeah, I do have to.
But that's the energy. It's the finals. It's a championship, right? You want to come sharp, looking good, dressed to impress, and absolutely setting the tone here at the championship game.
Yeah, and Fatima set everything up. We saw at the All-Star game all the sponsors, the hosts, the DJs she had. She's done it again. We've got Scott hosting. We've got a DJ on the far side of the scorer's table here. It's a packed house here in Oakland, and we are very excited. We're going to step aside here on Bench as the anthem is now playing.
Please welcome national recording artist Isabella. National recording artist Isabella. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the lineup for both teams. First, the visiting Bay City Blaze. First and nine start, number 24.
Welcome back, friends. Tip-off just a couple moments away here in Oakland as we get the starting lineups announced in front of us. For the Blaze, as announced by third-year head coach Brian Gardier, they've only got 6 ladies available. The first 5 on the court are as followed: Amila Lee, Isabella Mauricio, Brooke Dimitri, Maya Pace, and Kaylin Rondawa, with Brajani Moore, the lone sub, available for this game, Zena. Thankfully, the Blaze did have that off day on Friday because they're going to need it, with the Pheonix having just about everybody available this afternoon.
Yeah, but that one day might not have helped after the battle they had against the Alameda Wolves. I mean, it was a tussle out there, and they were able to just, by the skin of their teeth, get that win. But that just goes to show this is a grinded-out type of team coming out of the Blaze, and I'm really impressed that they're going to show up in this game and they're going to make sure that they battle regardless of how many people they have on their squad. Because when you look on the other side, Jacob, the Pheonix are deep.
Well, one of the players that the Blaze had yesterday, Morgan Birch, is not playing in this game. When I spoke pregame to Coach Gardier, he put it simple that Morgan is not playing because of the way the game was refereed yesterday.
Yeah.
She's got her pro ball season coming up in Greece, coming up real soon, and she's putting her health first, as she should, and she just wants to make sure she's being safe if she's on the court. Did not feel that way after yesterday, so she's on the bench supporting alongside Rashonda Gray as well, as another one of those players not available but still here in full support.
I respect that decision. Of course, you want to make sure that you get your professional bag in first. But however, I know that game yesterday was tough.
Yeah.
Even Camila Jackson, hearing her on the call, she was a little frustrated, especially because some of the calls that were coming in at the end of the game when the game was a little bit out of reach. And so, yeah, you definitely want to see some fair refereeing. It's the championship game. You don't want anybody getting hurt, and you also want to make sure it's competitive for the folks watching at home and, of course, in the building.
Yeah, we had a couple essential buzzer beater wins on Friday. The 2 games yesterday not as close. I'm hoping that these 2 red-hot squads can put together a one final show for the fans in attendance. One more time for you, the Bay Area Pheonix, 8-0 record, perfect top of the WPBA. The Blaze 5-3, but they were second in quarter points. And, of course, both teams winning in the semis yesterday. Tip is won by Erica McCall, and Delia Moore is going to run the one for this Pheonix offense. Gallegos rejects the screen, kicks it out. Delia Moore, she's a shooter, and proves it right there.
Immediately, Gallegos finding the little hole to get into the defense, shifts the defense, and opens it up for Delia Moore on the corner to knock it down.
She's got 3 straight games with at least 3 triples, opens the game off with a connection from downtown. This is Kaylin Rondawa, has the size on Moore, keeps the pivot foot down, fights through contact, and still finishes off the window.
Beautiful move through contact. We saw the Blaze clear out, giving her full range to get into the basket on Moore.
Moore kicks it out to Madison McKellis, hesitates but then pulls. Rebounded by Isabella Mauricio, led this squad with 22 points yesterday. Rondawa going to work once more. This time loses it with her offhand and first turnover of the game.
It's a good take, and I respect it. Put your head down and go if someone's not going to guard you or stop you.
Rondawa, one of the better players on this Blaze squad all year long, averaging 15 and 7 per game. Gallegos, lovely bounce feed to Shanice Garrett for 2 off the window.
Garrett with the nice off-ball movement as Gallegos is moving with the ball, finding herself open under the basket.
McKellis rejects the pace layup. Some quick pace action here to open up the first quarter in Oakland. McKellis, defense to offense. Lovely feed for Erica McCall, and the WNBA vet takes care of the rest.
One thing about Pheonix, they like to score early in the shot clock, going off the fast break. They pretty much make every one of their possessions a fast break opportunity.
Mila Lee has her shot go over the backboard, and that'll stop play with 8:14 remaining in the quarter. The Blaze love to play with pace as well. Of course, with just 6 ladies available, maybe they have to conserve some energy for this 40-minute final marathon matchup.
I commend them going man right now because it is going to be exhausting chasing these Pheonix players around, especially when you know the shots are going up from anywhere, including that Erica McCall attack.
Mauricio with her second rebound early in the quarter. keeps the dribble alive, penetrates, and finishes down low for 2.
This matchup right here is exactly what I'm excited about. Mauricio, Gallegos, they can both go with the lightning foot speed. I know this is going to be a nice little matchup here. No pun intended with the word little there.
Delia Moore gets a switch on to Brooke Dimitri, who denies the shot. 2 blocks early, 1 by each side here in the opening quarter.
Dimitri's known for this at Stanford, just using her length, chasing folks down. When you think you got it, you don't. She's going to swat it out.
Long arm span for the 6'3" forward. Shanice Garrett cuts back door. The net is essentially blocking the rim, but certainly didn't affect it there on the missed shot down low.
I do like Shanice Garrett's movement. You forget about her. She's going to end up under the basket wide open.
Mauricio pulls the trigger, all air on the triple. Good defense by Gallegos. And here comes Erica McCall running some point forward. No one stopped the basketball, still decided to pass it up, and thankful it's not a turnover.
You love to see a big that can grab it off the rim and go, and no one was picking her up until the very last second. I would have actually liked to see McCall just go up and maybe draw some contact and get a foul.
Yeah, 6'3". I believe it was Mauricio, the lone defender, nearly a foot height difference. You got to think Team McCall would have won that battle.
Exactly. Mauricio on one side, Amelia Lee on that side. I'm putting my bet on McCall to finish that.
So into the game comes Brajani Moore for Maya Pace. Gallegos, hoarded by Mauricio, finds some breathing room, up and under move, no good. McCall with the offensive board. Pheonix, another chance on offense. McCall rises, shot comes up short, last touched by Moore. It's going to the Blaze.
One thing about the Pheonix, they will crash the offensive glass, getting second and third opportunities. That's another way to tire out the Blaze.
They average 92 points per game, top of the league, and like you mentioned, Zena, big part of that is their offensive rebounding. No hesitation, Brooke Dimitri nets the triple.
That release is automatic coming out of Brooke Dimitri. You've got to be able to track her in transition, especially in that trail position. She's going to put that ball up.
She had 16 points in their win yesterday. In the regular season, she just shot 2 of her last 12 triples, so a good start there for Coach Gardier in the Blaze to see Dimitri knock one down early. Gallegos left all alone.
Ooh, too easy of offense. Gallegos comes off the high ball screen, goes and sets a down screen. Her man gets lost. She's open for the pop.
You don't see a guard setting too many screens. 5'5" Charity Gallegos.
And that's probably why her man got confused.
Brajani Moore off the bench, nets the triple. Back-to-back threes for the Blaze.
That's just enough window for the Blaze to put it up. You definitely want to make sure you got a hand up, put a hand in the face, a little bit of pressure, something, as Blaze, Brooke Dimitri is putting on McCall right there.
McKella stays with her own. Shot off the mark. Offensive board once more, but Delia Moore was on the baseline.
Once again, though, what are we seeing, Jacob? Crashing the glass. They are all over the second chance opportunities.
Maya Pace, after about a 45-second break on the bench, comes in for Kaylin Rondawa, and she'll run the offense for Bay City.
Love the versatility of Pace, her ability to play big in the post. Watch this post move, look at the footwork already, but then also being able to run the offense.
I don't know how she found Amelia Lee cutting between two orange jerseys.
I mean, talk about threading the needle. I also love Maya Pace's size. She's got a pro body as well.
Yeah.
And you can plug and play her. And that versatility is really important, especially in the overseas space and on the pro level.
Yeah, 5'11" is Maya Pace. Big body coming out of USD in 2023. Amelia Lee, just 67% from the line on the year, goes 1 of 2 to give the Blaze a 1-point advantage, nearly halfway gone by this opening quarter. Moore working on the other Moore. Brajani on Delia. Brajani Moore switches on to Gallegos. The speedy guard keeps her dribble alive, pulls from the elbow. Shot might have been blocked by Maya Pace. It's going to be Blaze basketball out of bounds. What a defensive possession that was.
Superb defensive execution. You can tell the Blaze right now are looking at X-switching everything just to ensure that they keep a body in front of everyone and everyone stuck to their guns. And you could see the bench getting their energy up, getting excited when they realized Moore had everyone tied up. This was really impressive. You saw Moore going up and down the three-point line, getting everyone. I love the execution.
Mauricio can't connect on the triple as Pace hit the deck looking for a foul. Gallegos to Moore, never put it on the deck, and she's awarded with a pair of free throws on the Amila Lee personal foul.
On the other end, the Blaze really like that flare screen that you just saw Mauricio put up. You'll see them running both sides there. But Pheonix have to find a way to communicate through that and know that it's coming.
Well, we're going to get our first break of the game with 4:50 remaining in the opening quarter. A close battle here in Oakland with the Blaze on top, 11-10. Gentlemen, to bench with 4:50 left in the opening quarter. It's the Blaze on top by a point, but 2 free throws upcoming here for Delia Moore of the Pheonix. A 2-time CCAA second-team selection in her time with the East Bay Pioneers. Throughout the course of the WPBA history, we've had a lot of CCAA D2 representation. I graduated from Cal State Monterey Bay, so I love to see it as Delia Moore goes 1 for 2, hustling for her own board, and a tie-up on the sideline with Kaylin Rondawa and Delia Moore. It's going to go with the Blaze with the arrow in their favor.
Jacob, I was talking to Fatima about Delia Moore before the game started, just talking about how hard it can be for D2 players to get that credibility, right? And talking about putting highlight tapes together. One of the things that Delia Moore does incredibly well is play make. She's going to drive and find her bigs, find her outside shooters. She is a great driving kicker. And Fatima was talking about when you make those highlight tapes, it's not just the play itself. You got to get a few clips before so you can show what you saw to allow that to happen.
Here she is guarding Brajani Moore, forces the miss on straight up and down defense. Moore stays with her own and then is whacked from behind by Erica McCall.
Moore playing so gritty right now, whether it's the defense on the perimeter or getting on the glass. I mean, she clearly was outsized under the basket, found a way to get up, looked around for his teammates first, and then drew the contact.
Well, as the only sub coming into today, she's got no choice but to play hard. Coach Gardier can't take her out for anybody else off the bench, so you got to love to see the early energy from Moore. She's from Stockton, California, but in this league, that's one of the farther drives you have with so many Bay Area natives. So
Yeah,
I was talking
to
Coach Gardier earlier, and he just really appreciates the ladies that are able to make that 2-hour long drive every Saturday or now Sunday for this WPBA season. Moore spins off Brajani Moore and finishes off glass for 2.
Yeah, she's a playmaker, but she can find some buckets on her own. Great move off the glass.
Shanice Garrett gets her hand in the cookie jar, steals it away from Amila Lee, and then on Garrett's approach to the basket, she's fouled by Lee on the reach-in.
Shanice Garrett so lightning quick in the open court. She's going to find a way to just wheeze through defenders. Amila Lee having to stop her with a little bit of seatbelt action with her arm there.
Lee takes a seat. Mauricio comes right back in.
Little curl screen now, back screen action.
So much off-ball movement for the Pheonix, but it's a lady with the basketball, Gallegos, trying to call her own number, unable to do so.
And here she might have gotten a little foul there, but we ball.
Had a few words with the official from Refology on her way back on the defensive side of the court. Here's Kaylin Rondawa, over 6 foot, but listed as a guard for her shooting ability. Finds Brooke Dimitri, who can't hit from inside the arc. Delia Moore with the basketball, shovels it over to a wide open Shanice Garrett, in and out on the triple.
Blaze not respecting Garrett's shot there, leaving her wide open in transition.
Mauricio's 18-footer comes up strong, and another rebound for Delia Moore. She averages 7 per game. So she can play make, she can score, and she can rebound. A do-it-all guard. Kicks it into the corner. Our first look at Lexi Givens. Moore's pass barely finds Shanice Garrett through the fingertips of Brajani Moore, and it results in another layup for the Pheonix.
I credit Garrett for catching that, but man, Delia Moore's eyes are zipping across this court, consistently finding her teammates, because I don't think, even if Garrett wasn't going to get that, she was going to get that ball to Erica McCall as well.
Yeah, 2 players down low for the Pheonix and just 1 defender for the Blaze. Shot clock winding down. Moore has to fire near half court.
Ooh.
Comes up strong, and we're going to have a shot clock violation whistled.
Hey, that's more arm strength than I had.
It was online. She was
yeah.
too strong from about 35 feet. Amila Lee comes right back into the game as everyone that's gone to the bench has come back essentially just a minute of game time later. Felice Kane's pass sails out of bounds, trying to find Givens down low. So a couple bench members into the game for the Pheonix. Blaze have their starters on the court. Maya Pace, elbow jumper, comes up short. Tracked down by Delia Moore once again.
Now I've seen that jumper and that shot fall for Pace, so expect that action again. Her coming and curling in that mid-post, high-post extended area.
Gallegos to the rack, uses the rim as a shield, but can't spin it home. Offensive board, Kane had it poked away by Dimitri. It's going to stay with the Blaze. So both offenses slowing down. It was an 11-10 game with 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Since then, just 5 points put up on the board.
We're seeing good shots go up, Jacob, but one for the Blaze, you can tell they're a little fatigued. Some of the shots are coming up short. Actually, a lot of the shots are coming up short, which is expected after the tussle they had yesterday.
Amila Lee too strong on the offhand layup. Delia Moore working with Khalees Kane. Finds Kane. Good pick and roll action, and it leads to 2 points down low.
Brooke Dimitri leaving her girl to go help on that flat screen, but you've got to be able to communicate. If you're beat, that means switch and rotate off.
Lee finds Pace, who's fouled by Lexi Givens. Just 1 point for Amila Lee so far. That came on a free throw, of course. A player that started off this year very slow for her standards, where she was a WPBA first-team selection last year. She's got the average up to now 17 points per game, but gives it up there on the offensive end, and the struggle continues for Lee in the first quarter. Gallegos dancing above the arc, now steps inside, free throw line J, in and out, offensive board and put back for Khalees Kane.
That's tough. I mean, it's better execution on the pick and roll there by the Blaze to be able to stay in front by Mauricio, but then you see Brooke Dimitri get pinned down low when the ball goes up. Real tough on the glass.
Amila Lee on her strong side, still can't finish down low.
Lee getting the shots that she typically gets because of that foot speed, but just not being able to close it out when she gets to the net.
Lexi Givens, triple try is pure. Just her second 3 of the season on her 6th attempt.
I mean, this is what you can expect out of the Pheonix side. I mean, the Pheonix side. You can expect this because everyone on their team has a capacity to score. And what I love for this team is the versatility. I mean, Lexi Gibbon, like you mentioned, not a three-point shooter. She was wide open, took that shot. The rotation was pretty. That's what you want to see anyways.
And all of a sudden, it's a 2x lead for the Pheonix. Mauricio, good defense on Moore, but gets called with a ticky-tacky bump. Givens inbounds it to Delia Moore. Final shot of the quarter off the left side of the backboard. And that closes out the opening 10 minutes of play here in Oakland. A 22-11 lead for the Pheonix. The Blaze unable to score in the last 4:40 of the quarter. Lots to talk about for Coach Gardier and company as we enter the second quarter of play here in just a couple moments. We welcome you back here on bench for the start of the second quarter. Zena, we see up on the scoreboard 22-11 Pheonix lead. Delia Moore on her own, 3 assists. The entire Blaze squad just 2. Is that what stands out to you to most in that first quarter?
Well, really, it's the Blaze's inability to be able to capitalize, especially in the half court. They have not been running. As you see Brooke Dimitri close out and transition in the trail position, hit that 3. This is exactly what Gardier was saying during that break. We've got to run. We are not that team that stands and sits. Another thing that he mentioned, as a foul is committed by Pace, is on the screen and rolls, we've got to be able to screen, to rotate on those screens, right? You're going to either switch or rotate, or someone's got to come in the weak side. So I'm looking at the Blaze to be able to kind of shore things up in this second quarter, because it does seem like they were a little bit uncharacteristic. Yeah. When you look at the way that the score played out in that first quarter, it was 11-11, 5 straight turnovers for the Blaze. And that allowed the Pheonix to just be able to capitalize and keep going and build off of that. So I imagine Amila Lee, who has 3 turnovers right now, is going to be cleaning things up and trying to find ways to capitalize on the Phoenix's mistakes.
Calls her own number, clanks the triple try, rebound down low by Kane. Charity Gallegos lobs one, almost too high for Shanice Garrett. Shows off the hops to keep the possession alive. Inside Gallegos, turnaround shot won't fall. Another offensive board for Khalees Kane, and she's got a quick 4 off the bench.
That starts with Mauricio falling asleep on the weak side block, allowing Gallegos to get in front of her to put the shot up. And then once you're down low, the size outmatch is real for the Pheonix. I mean, they are much bigger in comparison to the Blaze as Brooke Dimitri misses that bunny. The baby guards cannot fall asleep against these guards against Pheonix because they're going up and they're moving.
On to good defense, forces the pass out to Lexi Gibbons. Gibbons working on Maya Pace, throwing some elbows. Shot well off the mark, and we're going the other way. You mentioned those 5 turnovers in your little first quarter recap. That's all they had for the quarter. So 5 turnovers, but they all came in that very quick 3-minute series. And that led to their, at the time, 1-point lead down to a 10-point deficit. Amila Lee puts on the goggles to find Kaylin Rondewa cutting back door.
Great finish on the reverse, getting the defense on the opposite side. Easy 2-bucket.
Choice out to Kane. 7 points off the bench. Her first triple of the year.
I'm telling you, Pheonix are finding offense in all pockets of this team right now, making them extra dangerous.
Mauricio all alone, can't capitalize. Offensive board, Blaze get another chance. Mauricio's floater is pure. Second bucket of the game, down low.
Love the switch up there from Mauricio. Try the outside shot, didn't work. All right, you know what I can do? I can put the ball on the floor, I can go and finish, and I can use that floater and get an easy 2.
Garrett in the paint, dangerous bounce pass, never made it, and Rondewa has her legs tripped up by Khalees Kane, and an easy whistle there. And Zena, something I'm just now realizing, the Pheonix went on that run with Erica McCall on the bench. She's coming in with fresh legs early in the second quarter. McCall 2 points, 3 rebounds, but when she was on the court, that's not when the Pheonix were dominating. Mauricio, 5 quick points. She's up to 7 for the game.
Blaze capitalizing on that 2-woman action on the side. Just a simple down screen, up screen, whatever they want to do. They're communicating through it, but the Pheonix defense is not playing it well, allowing one of them, whether they're closer to the basket or popping out for the 3, to be wide open.
On the other side, foul committed by Mauricio on the way up for Charity Gallegos, who's going to shoot a pair of free throws. Gallegos coming off her season high, where she had 27 in the semis yesterday. The guard is averaging about 17 points per game on the year, but when the squad needed her most, she came alive. And hits a pair at the line. 29-21 the lead for the Pheonix. Amila Lee has a cleaner second quarter going for her so far. Runs the action to Brooke Dimitri, pops from distance, swirls home for 3.
It's the exact same action, a simple down screen, and it's a matter of maneuvering and navigating it better for Pheonix. But guess what? Even if you navigate it perfectly, Brooke Dimitri has a quick release.
Choice gets her defender to clear. Kicks it to Gallegos, lost it for a moment. Stolen by Lee. Here comes Mauricio, the 2 guards running together. Lee gives way to Maya Pace. And the Blaze are going to slow things down up top. Brooke Dimitri, that is deep. Can't connect on the triple. A bit of a heat check there.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of love it. They were hanging out in the backcourt. They didn't know if our team was going to score without them, but there's a 3-ball out of Pheonix once again, coming from Anya Choice.
Choice, 40% three-point shooter, shows off her skills there, but then commits the foul on a driving Brajani Moore. No continuation given. It's going to be a side out as Dimitri checks out. 3 3-pointers so far for her. They're going to need more of that. Still trailing by 8 points.
Love the Blaze right now, committing to their defense on the other side, allowing that to be the juice for them. Another turnover, though, for the Blaze. Garrett
rips it away from Mauricio, and Garrett's pass picked off by Lee, who never fell for the layup. And we have a whistle on Shanice Garrett. A little too passive there on that 2-on-1 fast break.
Blaze really sitting down and getting in the mud right now when it comes to defense, making things tough. I mean, that's so impressive. You've got a 6-woman rotation.
Yeah.
That is exhausting, and they are really deciding this is how we're going to get this game done.
Rondawa working on Erica McCall. Tough matchup. Rondawa creates space just short on the fall away, and it's going to stay down here. Foul called on Anya Choice, trying to box out the stronger Brajani Moore down low.
Brajani Moore doing a phenomenal job of just getting to the glass and making things difficult for whoever's in the paint. You cannot forget her, and I appreciate a guard that goes and gets their hands dirty on the rebounds.
Mila Lee calls over Maya Pace. The two teammates the last couple of years playing hot potato. Lee can't connect from distance as the struggles continue on her shooting. Gallegos takes a couple screens up top, switches on to Maya Pace. Choice, cross-court feed to Shanice Garrett. In and out on the triple. Amila Lee with the rebound. Here comes the former Tiger. Pace has the size on Gallegos. McCall comes over as a secondary defender.
Physical game right now.
Shot clock winding down. Lee throws up a prayer, and Erica McCall secures the rebound.
Lee getting to the basket, but just there's a lid on it for her right now. Tough buckets she's attempting here.
Gallegos allows the action to play out. Charges into Brajani Moore. Easy call for the official.
Brajani Moore, 6-woman right now. I mean, coming off the bench, immediately making an impact with the rebounds, with the defense, and then here doing exactly what Gardier had said after the first. Rotate on those ball screens when someone's driving and gets the charge.
Yeah, Brajani Moore off the bench this year. She's averaging nearly 7 rebounds per game. She knows her role, and that's exactly what you need right now. You need somebody that has the aggression, that has the defensive capability, willing to do the little things that don't always show up on the box score. And the Blaze have cut the deficit to 8, fighting hard as we step aside here in quarter number 2. .4:15 remain in this opening half of action between the Bay City Blaze and the Bay Area Pheonix, the 1 and 2 seeds in the regular season, fighting off in this championship matchup. Isabella Mauricio runs the action out of the break. Dangerous pass there, finds Amila Lee, charges to the cup, and finally gets one to fall.
That might be what does it, just to break the emergency glass there for Amila Lee. She has tried that layup at least 5 times tonight, and finally was able to get a nice clean finish.
Shanice Garrett can't connect on the triple. Erica McCall just too tall for everybody, and she finishes down low for 2.
McCall with the smooth footwork, nice easy bounce pass to get herself close to the basket. I love watching her game.
Maya Pace hit on the way up, and a technical foul perhaps given to Coach Brian Gardier, who was arguing for the foul, I think, before it came, and he ended up getting the foul he wanted. He just had to wait a couple seconds.
He was actually surprised to get that call. He said, "Call the tech on me?" He was surprised to get that call. He was like, "Tech's on me?" Ronda was saying, "Hey, stop. This is the championship game, okay? We got to focus in."
Yeah, every point matters. Shanice Garrett does hit the technical. So Coach Gardier was arguing that there should have been an offensive 3 seconds in the paint.
Right, he'll be over there. Talk to him when he's over there.
The passion is real, guys. It's championship time. Coach is fighting for their players here.
And this Blaze squad, of course, won the 2024 WPBA Finals over the Alameda Wolves a year ago today, 87-75. And they went 8-0 in the regular season, won the championship game. Pheonix trying to have that script written for themselves this year after a perfect 8-0 regular season record. Pace hits the second free throw. Deficit stays at 8 points for the Blaze, looking for a strong finish in the final 3:20 of this opening half. Erica McCall gets by Brajani Moore, lost a pass that sails out of bounds.
Pheonix continuously doing this up screen, back screen action with their guards, getting Erica McCall at the top, maybe looking for a high-low with the guard, and then they keep going, switching back and forth. It gets people out of position, and just enough confusion can open up some lanes, but not on that possession.
Maya Pace, dangerous pass, never made it. Picked off by Delia Moore, who's back into the game for the Pheonix. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in the first quarter alone for Moore. McCall trying to call the action for herself. Sends it up top to Anya Choice. Back to McCall, hit a 3 from that spot. Can't do it again. Shanice Garrett unable to save it before sailing out of bounds.
Not sure how much time is left on that clock. I would have loved McCall to look down as Givens was posted up with the body behind her.
Yeah, Givens has played a lot of this second quarter. Madison McKellis started the game at the center position, but Givens has played excellently. And McKellis has been right on the bench since about 2/3 of the way through the opening quarter. Moore finds McCall, slaps her hands after sending it into the arms of Maya Pace.
It's a great dig down from Lee, making things uncomfortable for McCall.
Dimitri can't hit the triple, would have been her 4th of the game. And the Pheonix catch a break there with the shooter all alone.
I'm shocked they would leave Brooke Dimitri with that rotation wide open that much.
Moore bounce pass to McCall, who's tied up down low.
Blaze are doing a great job. The second the ball goes into the paint, they're digging in. They're making the post players uncomfortable, forcing them to have to pass back out. And guess what? They're setting themselves up in those lanes to catch it off. Really great zone defense once they get those dig-ins going.
They've got the stops, but the bucket's now not falling for the Blaze as well. Rondawa trying to change that narrative, cannot. Good rebound by McCall over the smaller Brajani Moore. Charity Gallegos has the speed on Dimitri. Step back 2 is pure. Oh my goodness, what a move.
That's what you do when you have a big on you. Let me try and shimmy. Okay, I got some space, but then the big goes down the floor. Brooke Dimitri winning the foot speed battle and getting a nice easy 2 in transition. And that's off a made basket now.
Yeah, you got to get
impressive.
back.
Right, got to get back.
Delia Moore working with Erica McCall. Those two have been so good for the Pheonix all year long. Moore got the space but couldn't finish, and then McCall loses it. One of the foul on Brooke Dimitri, her player at Stanford. Coach doesn't get the whistle. And, oh boy, Kaylin Rondawa hobbling on that right leg.
She's got a cramp.
Yeah, she goes down. We're getting some attention put on by Rashonda Gray, of all people, as well as a member of the training staff. And when you only have 6 available players, you just cannot afford an injury. Obviously, Rondawa going to try to get that calf stretched out in this brief timeout break here in Oakland. Thankfully, we've got halftime coming up in 50.4 seconds. So if Rondawa is able to just keep that calf alive, fight through it in the locker room break, come out strong in the third, because the Blaze are going to need her. She's averaging 15 points, 7 rebounds, capable of being a 3-level scorer. Had 37 points in round 2 to really start off the season hot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ronda's game, and especially for what she can do on this team. They definitely need her size and her ability to penetrate and pressure the rim. Luckily, it is just a cramp. As you can see, there's a, maybe you can see, I'm not sure what the angle is right now, but we can see here from the broadcast booth that Ronda was getting her cramp kind of massaged out. She's able to stand up on it. Definitely probably going to need some electrolytes, a little bit of water.
Yep.
This is expected with the fact that they're running 6 right now in a championship game.
Yeah.
And they're literally only down 8.
Yeah, this is not game 1 of the year with fresh legs for the Blaze and the Pheonix. It's game 10. Everything you got right now is required for the Blaze. Ronda was still stretching as Brajani Moore comes back in.
Little floppy action here for Mauricio. Too short.
McKellis back into the game, secures the rebound. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Pheonix on top by 8. They've had that comfortable lead a majority of this quarter.
Look at all this off-ball movement here by Pheonix.
And Brajani Moore nearly ripped away from McCall. Instead, it opens up a lane for McKellis down low, and a tough swing there for the Blaze.
Once again, Moore threading the needle. Little paint pocket pass. So tough to do, but she gets it.
3 seconds left in the half. Mauricio forced to fire a fadeaway triple that comes up short. Good defense by Delia Moore. And the Pheonix head into the locker room break with a double-digit lead, 39-29. It was close in the first 5 minutes of this ball game, but then the Pheonix pulled away in the later stages of the first quarter, and they've held that lead ever since. For the Blaze, this is where they've got to regroup as much as they can at this halftime break. They've got 6 ladies available once more. All 6, like you said, they're going to need some liquid IV. They're going to need some Gatorade, as we are setting up what looks to be some musical chairs here at center court.
Interesting. No, I'm looking at the Blaze, and yes, this is a much-needed break. Halftime is going to be important not only for adjustments, but mainly for rest and being able to recuperate after a really tough first half. I mean, you think about a team with Pheonix's ability to score, the amount of different weapons that they have at their disposal, and how fast they like to play. Easy opportunity for them to run the Blaze out of the building, but the Blaze have really set the tone defensively, in my opinion. They've been having hands on everything, the deflections, the dig-ins, everything about their presence on the court right now is about their defense. And so if anything, if they can find a way to hit those shots, which they're getting, especially getting to the basket just off of the ball, but putting on the floor, or in those down screen actions, Pheonix is not going to have an easy second half, in my opinion. But right now, they're taking advantage of the fact that they've just got more bodies that are incredibly, incredibly talented. And they're finishing shots, and most importantly, they're on the offensive glass.
They are.
Lots of opportunities.
Offensive rebounds for the Bay Area Pheonix, 6-2 for the Blaze, and that's led to a few second chance points. The Pheonix have had a very balanced approach. Out of all people leading this squad in points, it's Khalees Kane. Came into this game averaging under 6 points per game. She has 9 on a perfect 4 of 4 shooting to go alongside 4 rebounds off the bench for third-year head coach Greg Ron. So maybe not what he expected, but when you have this many bodies available, it is any woman's afternoon. And right now, it's Khalees Kane doing this work to lead the way for the Pheonix. For the Blaze, Brooke Dimitri had 3 triples in that first half. She settles in with 11 points heading into the locker room break on 4 of 8 shooting. But like you said earlier in the broadcast, Amelia Lee struggling down low, finally got a layup to go. She's just 1 of 7 from the field with 3 points. That's going to be the X factor in the second half for the Blaze. If they want any chance at back-to-back titles, Amelia Lee has to get at least 15 points in this ballgame, I think.
And I think it's important to note, she's 1 of 7, but it's 7. And of those 7, I would say 4 at least are at the basket.
Yeah.
Those are going to drop. She's going to have the opportunity to make up for those in the second half, and it's really about stopping her early, doing the work early to get a body in front of her. She's got the speed to be able to get to her spots. And so I imagine her second half will look a little bit different. But Brooke Dimitri, I'm looking at her ability to just have that quick release.
Yeah.
If you have a Mila Lee starting to drop her layups at the basket, as she's driving, folks are going to be rotating over. Yeah. Brooke Dimitri is going to be a problem being wide open if she's in the corner or on a wing wide open. But let's drop it back to Khalees Kane.
Yeah.
If you look at her points, it's because everyone's caught up with all of the other weapons.
Yeah.
You've got Charity Gallegos you have to worry about. You've got Erica McCall you got to worry about. You've got Delia Moore, whose eyes are zapping like Superman, looking across and trying to find opportunities. When you're so caught up with that, you can have Khalees Kane parked under the basket, forgotten about. You can have her parked in the wing, forgotten about. And that's what you're seeing here. She's got that one three-pointer, but a lot of her baskets are just being, you forgot about me because you're worried about and consumed with, we got to stop all these other weapons. And so, hey, eat, Khalees Kane. I love that for her.
She's feasting on a Sunday, and you bring up the fact that she's been able to kind of camp in the painted area. That's what brought up the technical with Coach Gardier, who said that Kane was quite literally camping the entire possession in the lane. He was begging for a 3-second call, never got it.
Think about it. She's got 3 offensive rebounds. She might have made a home in the paint, okay?
And if the refs aren't calling it, you're not going to change up your game plan.
Absolutely.
So Kane's just playing her game the way that she's supposed to right now. And the Pheonix are on top by 10 once more. We are going to step aside for a moment here on bench. Back in a couple moments for the start of the third quarter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the start of the second half, currently it is the Bay Area Pheonix on top of the Bay City Blaze, 39-21 at the locker room break. We talked about Zena leading the way for the Pheonix, none other than Khalees Kane with her 9 points, but we mentioned how she's got these scoring opportunities due to the attention the other 4 ladies on the court have gotten. And when you look at the leading scorers for the Pheonix, with McCall, Gallegos, and Moore, per half, they average 26 points as a trio. They only have 16 right now. Where did those 10 other points go? Really none other than Khalees Kane. So a very balanced approach so far from the Pheonix. Do you see this kind of game script sticking in the second half, where the Pheonix are content to just let their stars take the attention and allow some of these deeper names to get the scoring going?
Absolutely. I mean, I love the fact that Khalees Kane gets to pay the dividends, right? She gets the leftovers from the fact that this team is so stacked and has so many different ways in which they can attack the Blaze. The way that they're really, though, taking advantage of this game is the rebounding. I'm looking at the differential right now, plus 14 going the advantage of Pheonix. They're all over the glass offensively and defensively and finding ways. You'll notice Blaze in the first half were one shot and done.
Yeah.
Right? And that also can put you out of position to guard in transition, which Pheonix was also taking advantage of. So, yeah, I imagine that they're going to stick to that game plan, crash the glass hard, and run the other way. But you know that that's what the Blaze also talked about in the locker room. You got to run. You got to keep on the boards, make sure you're boxing out, and these shots are going to fall. They're taking the right shots, finding the right opportunities. It's just a matter of it will fall eventually.
So we're just about ready to start the third quarter. McKellis, Moore, Garrett, McCall, and Gallegos, the same 5 on the court for the Pheonix. Same can be said for the Blaze, with Brajani Moore, the lone sub, available to start the second half of action. Here is Erica McCall. Quiet first half for her standards. 4 points for the ex-WNBA veteran. One and done. Go to Pheonix on a Rondawa defensive rebound. Good to see her back on the court, Zena, after that late cramping in her left calf.
Yeah, I saw her chugging Gatorade on the sideline there, making sure she was good for this. And that she's going to be crucial for the second half, especially with the size she brings.
Pace gives way to Rondawa. We'll see how the legs are working. Well, she's going to get 3 free throws. Fouled beyond the arc by Erica McCall. Not something you would typically see out of a veteran like McCall to foul a 3-point shooter.
It was a great shot for Rondawa, who was offline, but I think mainly because of the ball being touched by McCall. Immediately puts it up. McCall does not control her body, puts that hand up, but follows all the way through, and that causes the contact.
Rondawa hits the first of 3, a 66% free throw shooter on the year. And Amila Lee was one of the players that recruited Kaylin Rondawa. Rondawa teamed up with Lee at the University of Pacific. Rondawa there 2018 to 2021, where Amila Lee was wrapping up her career. And that's what Amila Lee has done. She recruited Maddie Ennis. She recruited Valerie Higgins last year. She's really this team's general manager and also the star pointing guard.
I love that.
Moore's pass finds Shanice Garrett. Not sure if that was the intended target, but Garrett cords the triple.
The drive and kick, getting that opportunity on the other side. That's the kind of offense you want to see, making sure the ball doesn't stick.
Brooke Dimitri, that quick release is pure once more. 4th triple of the game. She's up to 14 points. Moore's pass picked off. Isabella Mauricio off to the races with Charity Gallegos. And Gallegos commits the personal foul. 2 more free throws coming up for the Blaze to start the third.
Incredible, great body control by Mauricio the entire way, crossing half court all the way to the basket, utilizing her offhand to keep some space with Charity Gallegos, but just enough that as she goes up, she creates that contact and gets the opportunity to go to the line.
Mauricio hits the first of 2, now 8 of 10 from the line all season long. Hits them both. Pure looking stroke for the Pleasanton native. And now she'll guard Gallegos all 94 feet down the court. Gallegos nowhere to go, so she gives way to Shanice Garrett. Looks inside to Erica McCall. Shovels one to McKellis, no hesitation on the triple. Loose ball picked up by McCall, straight line drive to the basket. And the shot is good prior to the violation, unless that shot hit the rim. Amila Lee behind the back, gets Gallegos out of the way and finishes down low. That's the Amila Lee we're used to seeing.
Definitely with that nifty move behind the back. Almost lost control, but gathered it and finished as McCall answers the call on the other end with a three-pointer of her own. She's shooting over 40% from three this season. Incredibly impressive, especially considering apparently she wasn't doing this last year.
Mauricio drives to the basket, tough break. Another lid on the basket moment for the Blaze.
But once again, Blaze finding the way to the basket. That speed is going to capitalize at one point in this game.
Speaking of speed, Gallegos keeps her dribble alive on the sprint to the basket. And that's just tough finishing from the 5'5" point guard to finish through traffic.
It definitely helps when Erica McCall unintentionally sets you a screen.
McCall
Just
deflects
like
the pass. She's getting in the way of everything. McCall to the basket, fouled hard by Brajani Moore.
Looking for an intentional there.
McCall gets up thanks to the help of a couple teammates rather quickly. And Brajani Moore is just saying, I'm not going to give you a free layup. You're going to have to earn it at the line, as those two exchange a high five.
Blaze getting in a lot of trouble, what led to that McCall attempt there, but Blaze getting in a lot of trouble on this end from telegraphing their passes. They're looking directly at who they want and kind of staring at them for a while, allowing Pheonix to easily assess, oh, this is what you want to do? All right, let me get in there real quick. A lot of Pheonix players looking like cornerbacks right now just because they're in passing lanes incredibly well.
Yeah, week one of the preseason concluding today with the Saints and Chargers. I'm a Saints fan, and by the time I went over to this game, they were already down by a couple touchdowns. So I'm pretty happy that I'm focused on the action on this court. McKellis off the missed free throw, puts it up and in. More second chance points, and now 9 offensive rebounds.
That has been Phoenix's calling card all night, just getting rebounds. Woo!
Kaylin Rondua, a 360 finish. Zena, how does that leg look to you?
Looks great, looks sharp, looks fast twitch to me. What a spin move and the concentration on the finish by Rondua. She's a tough player.
6'2", plenty athletic, listed as a guard because she can put the ball on the deck. She can make her own play, and that's just so difficult to stop at that size. And Erica McCall has got some blood dripping from her neck, it looks like. Does not want Madison McKellis to sub in for her, and she's just asking for a towel. And when Erica McCall is yelling at you to do something, you best believe you're going to go do it.
You got to get up and get done. She gets 30 seconds to address this.
So a quick little fake timeout here for the Blaze. They're keeping their players on the court as they have to.
An unintentional icing of Rondua here.
Yeah. It is just going to be one free throw as McCall is getting checked on the other corner of this court here at the old Holy Names University. A lengthy 30 seconds, some may say. But McCall is going to be able to stay in this game as she gets approved by the ref before jogging down the court. Kaylin Rondua looking for double-digit points if she can hit this free throw. 66% shooter on the year. Rims it home. Deficit cut back to 10 points as the Blaze just have not been able to get within really 8 points since late in the first quarter. Gallegos rejects the screen and cuts to her right. Shovels it out to Kane. That's her first miss of the ball game. And Maya Pace called for the foul on the box out of Erica McCall. And now Maya Pace has to be careful she doesn't get teed up.
She is impassioned about the fact that she was down battling with McCall, boxing out, and they both landed on the ground. She gets called for it.
Maybe an early birthday gift call to Erica McCall, who's going to be celebrating her 30th in about a week and a half on the 21st.
It is definitely getting physical, and it's been physical under the basket as the Blaze really battle for these boards.
McCall kicks it out, and despite trying to hold up Brajani Moore, she is still called for the charge.
McCall doing the right thing there, getting the drive, pulling two, getting help, and kicking it out. But what's really tough when you're going downhill is stopping and collecting yourself as you pass that out, and Brajani Moore taking advantage of the out-of-control play.
Yeah, Brajani Moore, that is, has taken a couple charges now in this game. Very impressive stuff off the bench. Julia Moore just picks the pocket of Amita Lee. Another Blaze turnover, but they get it right back. Maya Pace read it well, takes it all the way to the cup for two.
Speaking of cornerbacks, I mean, that's what you want. Defense into offense. Those are easy buckets. That's an opportunity for you to not have to go up against a set defense and not have to do this, which is battle in the half court.
McCall lofts one into the tall Khalees Kane, who lost it, and it's going the other way. Blaze basketball. It didn't have the size, but they had the numbers down low on Khalees Kane.
My goodness, Brajani Moore is doing everything. It's her hand that got in there as soon as the ball was on the flight. This is such an important factor. Coaches try to teach players, move on the flight of the ball. As the ball was going in, she's already there, hands in there, disrupting things.
Here are the two Cal State Monterey Bay Otters. It's the coach, Kaylin Rondawa, who beats the recent graduate. Shanice Garrett wanted the and one, and did not get it.
Yeah, wants that call. Way to keep that pivot foot down as Garrett attacks the basket, gets the call there.
Yeah, Brajani Moore not in position that time to take the charge. Givens enters for Kane. And Delia Moore comes over to inbound the side out. 6-point lead for the Pheonix. Zena, it's been a while since it has been under that 8-point mark. And right back up we go. And one opportunity here for Erica McCall.
Against her protege and Brooke Dimitri. She calls her number. And that was a nice, I mean, I don't know if that was the intended play there on the out of bounds. You saw the actions go through. McCall was just open on the block. She does a nice little reverse pivot and immediately puts the shot up. She sees that there's not space between her and Brooke Dimitri. Opportunity for a shot and an and one.
McCall 8 points already in this quarter, make it 9, up to 13 and 7. So it has been the main stars shining in this third quarter so far for the Pheonix. Rondawa beyond the arc, crashes inside on Delia Moore, heading back to the free throw line. We're seeing the aggression here from Kaylin Rondawa.
Kaylin Rondawa is doing everything for the Blaze right now in terms of just pressuring the rim, pressuring the defense. She is sizing up her defender, looking at the screens, looking at the lanes that she can attack, and just going, putting her head down, ball up, tucking it in, and going.
Rondawa gets the first of two to fall.
Oh, yeah, and hitting her free throws.
And hitting the free throws. That's something that the Blaze really did not do in the first half. As a team, they're still 9 of 13. But Rondawa, perfect 3 of 3 so far in the quarter. Make it 4 of 4. Now she's tied with Brooke Dimitri for 14 points to lead the way for the Blaze. Here's the Cardinal action up top.
Correct, and you can hear the bench for the Blaze calling it out. Get ready, get ready.
Delia Moore fires from the elbow, in and out, and back in. Shooter's touch there for Delia Moore.
Nice little stop and pop on the left side of the court. Really tough to do as a right-hander.
Mauricio kicks to Brooke Dimitri, all alone in the corner. You cannot do that to Brooke Dimitri.
You can't leave her in the corner. You can't give her that much space. It goes immediately. Brooke Dimitri does not have one of those shots where she needs to reload. It is up, it's above her forehead, and it is a swish.
Dimitri trying to get back on Gallegos, unable to do so. And 2 free throws coming up for Charity. So we're going to take a break here on the court with 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. Competitive action so far. Deficit down to just 6 for the Blaze, but a couple of free throws coming up for the Pheonix when we're back here in just a minute. Charity Gallegos ready at the free throw line. 73% shooter on the season. Hits the first of 2. Gallegos, one of the premier players on this Pheonix squad, averaging right around 17 points per game. 1 of 2 at the line for the University of North Alabama graduate this summer. Amila lead to the cup. Delia Moore called for the foul before running into a photographer. And Zena, we heard it at that last break. We've seen some yelling and some changes that need to be made for the Blaze at their timeout breaks. That time, though, they were all in unison. They were in agreement. They are in this game. They're doing the right stuff. They just got to continue it. So the mentality has switched, and we'll see how dangerous this squad can get here late in the third.
Absolutely. You're hearing Gardier saying, listen, stop trading with that, meaning stop trading buckets. When you get a bucket, go down the other end and make sure they don't get one. You got to get a stop and start building some momentum, or else you're not going to get out this deficit. And they also called this. They wanted to trap off of that high ball screen.
Well, it results in a nylon for Shanice Garrett, who is left alone in the corner. We've seen the Blaze be content to give Garrett the three-point opportunity. She's hit him both times. Rondowa switches on to Shanice. Rondowa won this battle last time. Tough shot. Good defense by Garrett, who's now running the floor the other way. Catches the pass, puts it up, but can't finish. Tough break there for the Pheonix.
Rondowa lucky on that one. She was looking for a call from the last one and got beat by her man on the way down.
And right now she's tapping her chest.
Yep, she's saying, my bad, that's my bad.
She's trying to say my fault. She's very out of breath, as you would imagine. It's also very hot here in this gymnasium in Oakland. We've seen the referees and the players talking about it all game long. Rashonda Gray has been blowing the fan on who's ever the lone player on the bench for the Blaze. So seventh woman activities right now.
Yes, for sure. All game long. It's been fans, it's been towels, it's been anything to keep her teammates cool.
And right now it's Kaylin Rondowa getting the princess treatment on the bench as she'll take a seat. Delia Moore commands the basketball. Her squad on top by now 9 points. As once more we see Moore taking a shot from the left side as a righty. Tough to do.
Once again, that's what the Blaze wanted to do last time, as Amila, once again, slasher activity, but just cannot get that bucket to fall. But on the other end, you see that high ball screen happening with the Pheonix. Every time the Blaze have to figure out, do we want to slip and try to hedge and try to attack and blitz it, or do we want to play back? And every time the Pheonix have been able to capitalize, reading that incredibly well.
Lee had it denied by Erica McCall, who hung up the phone, but it's going to stay with the Blaze. Lee up top, shot clock winding down, and shot no good, say the officials. Up goes the bench for the Blaze in disbelief as 2 points are taken off the board.
Rondewood has the right idea. Don't worry about that play, just get a stop, get you another opportunity again on offense. Here's that high ball screen, they blitzed it, and Moore, aggressive, but Moore, she has read this so well. That's 2 times in a row. She sees it, goes back the other way, and is open for that outside shot. Love her efficiency.
Brajani Moore with the basketball. Tough shot off glass, falls as she does herself into the first row of bleachers. A full tumble time.
Moore v. Moore, over and over, you're seeing great actions out of both of them.
McCall rises up, can't hit the jumper. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Shanice Garrett for the Pheonix. And this squad now has double-digit O boards. Still just 2 for the Blaze. Moore gets by Lee, bounce pass, never made it to Gibbons. And a charge called on Moore. And guess who it is taking it, Zena?
Moore. I love this. Brajani Moore with 3 charge takes. I'm going to tell you right now, in college, I hated taking charges. I hated the charge drill. I cannot tell you how frustrating sometimes it can be to go and try to plant your feet, and you're worried about, am I going to hit my head? Am I going to hit my body? How hard is someone going to come at me? And the way that the Pheonix come at the basket, Brajani Moore isn't afraid at all. She is doing what it takes in this championship game.
Rondo, a step back triple, comes up short. Delia Moore with the rebound. Pheonix looking to make the lead back up to a dozen. Unable to do so there, but Erica McCall with an offensive rebound. Brajani Moore collides into Delia Moore. We play on. Third try on offense results in an and one for Erica McCall, who has come alive in this third quarter.
She is so springy. She's so aggressive. This is how she has games where she gets 17 rebounds a game. I mean, unbelievable tenacity. A magnet for the ball out of McCall.
She's got 15 points, 8 rebounds currently, and you can tack on another for Erica McCall.
You've got to do your work early and trying to get her away from under the basket.
Tough task. Rondewa tries again from distance, in and out that time. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. Despite the Blaze momentum at times, they're now down by a dozen once more. Erica McCall running the 1 for the Pheonix. Falls away to her left. Shot well off the mark. Loose ball down low. And we've got a whistle called. Looks like it's going to stay with the Pheonix. Kick ball down low on Brajani Moore, I believe.
Starting to see instances of players going one-on-one, a little bit more ISO ball right now. Would love to see both teams get back to running their sets, getting downhill, driving and kicking. That's where they're finding the success.
Kick.
So fresh 14 for the Pheonix. Anya Choice back in the game. She's got the basketball. And Amila Lee read it perfectly, picked her pocket. Now pulls up as she saw Erica McCall charging behind her. Mauricio floats one to Brooke Dimitri. Pulls from 18. Yeah, she got whacked on the way up by Lexi Gibbons.
Brooke Dimitri has great elevation. She took that one little side dribble to get the rhythm and the bounce of her shot, because she actually missed the first shot. She was wide open when she got that skip pass originally. Took one zip, and then, of course, that's just enough time to get a little tap on the wrist.
Yeah, it looked like she was perhaps just upset that she was with her feet on the line, trying to take a deep two, not typically advised, so she took an extra step forward, made it a little shorter of a jumper, and goes 1 from 2 at the line. Dimitri, team and game high 18 points. 5 3-pointers in this game for the 3-time Pac-12 champ in the regular season with Stanford. Pheonix holding for the final shot. Inside 7 seconds to go here in the third. Rondawa deflected it. Dimitri hits the deck, but Shanice Garrett scoops it up, and a whistle and a foul. And with the Pheonix and the bonus with .9 on the clock, it's going to be 2 shots coming up. And Coach Gardier in the danger zone of picking up his second technical and saying goodbye to this championship game.
Kaylin Rondawa telling him to calm down, literally walking over, having to place her hands on her coach. Hey, 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 we don't need this right now.
Yeah, Rondawa, a coach herself, knows what it's like to try to calm somebody down in live action.
Like an assistant coach trying to get her head coach to be like, hey, 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 not worth it right now. And I can imagine the frustration. I mean, literally, we just sat and we listened and we heard the Blaze saying they wanted to blitz that high ball screen, and the execution was perfect. They blitzed it, they created chaos, it got frustration, and then boom, loose ball foul as Amelia Lee's going, running, chasing it down, ends up in a situation where she gets called for a foul.
Shanice Garrett hits the first of 2. We saw a play earlier in the game, too, where the Blaze created a loose ball. It just ended up finding the hands of a wide-open Pheonix player. So these 50-50 balls just not going in favor of the Bay City Blaze, who are now down by 13. A new high for the game, and it comes at the perfect time for the Pheonix. We're going to head into the final 10 minutes of this WPBA season with a 70-57 lead. Panic starting to set in for the Blaze. What do they have? We're going to find out here in just a moment. We welcome you back in here to Oakland for the start of the 4th quarter. The Bay Area Pheonix can taste that championship title, but they got to hold off the Blaze for 10 more minutes, boosting a game-high 13-point advantage. We see the offense start up top with Erica McCall once more. Anya Choice gets Rondawa out of the way. Kind of a bully move on the much taller defender, and Choice is on the scoreboard.
Choice saying too small to Rondua, and just utilizing her foot speed right there off the screen, go downhill.
Mauricio, uber quiet in this game so far. Maybe that's about to change as she hits the jumper from the right side of the court.
And we've seen this out of Mauricio. She can be a marksman when she wants to be in terms of her pull-up jumper and knocking down tough shots.
McCall finds the ball down low, tied up with Mauricio, stays with her own, and sometimes height just kills, and Erica McCall proving that right now.
As she puts the too small sign down as she goes up the court.
That's disrespectful.
Woo! But listen, they were battling with her, and she still got it done.
Dimitri, extra feet inside the Kaylin Rondua, who's fouled before hitting the deck, and maybe that calf
cramping
stirring
again.
up again, yeah.
Yeah, teammates trying to push her toes forward. We know that that is the universal sign. Stretching it out.
We've seen Amila Lee play with a right knee brace all season long, and every time she hits the deck, the oohs and ahs and the fingers get crossed for Blaze fans and staff. And similar story here with Kaylin Rondua. If you missed it, with inside a minute to go in the first half, she started cramping in her right calf, got it stretched out in the locker room break, and has been really good so far in the second half of action.
Misses her first free throw of the night. She was 6 of 6 before that one.
Rondua, 1 for 2, cuts the deficit back to 14. But like we've heard the Blaze say a majority of this second quarter, you cannot keep trading baskets right now, down by a couple touchdowns. And they've got to find an answer to the offense when McCall runs it from the top of the arc.
Mauricio doing a great job navigating through those screens there, slipping in between.
Shot clock winding down. Givens didn't realize it till the very end. And Mauricio taps at the pace, who secures the defensive board up to a streaking Amita Lee, and that is Blaze basketball 101.
That is exactly what you want. Explosive transition ball. You get the rebound and you go. Easy two. Here's the blitz again. Loose ball. This time they get it, or do they? Oh, this keeps happening.
That one was more obvious of a foul on Rondua, but it's Rondua and Garrett equally fighting for the basketball, and just unfortunate call on the Blaze once more.
I mean, it's tough because the execution is elite. They are blitzing the heck out of that high ball screen. It's scary. Even for me over here, I'm scared about it. But they're not able to come up with the loose ball.
Choice finds Shanice Garrett all along on the right wing, and that shot's all air. It sails into the third row of bleachers. Garrett's hit a couple threes in this game, with the Blaze leaving her open, and that time it works in favor of Bay City.
Garrett, a decent three-point shooter, about 32% on this WPBA season. But the first two shots made you think, okay, maybe a little bit more. You got to put a hand up, and Moore was able to clap in front of her. Just enough distraction, maybe.
Mauricio falls away, shot off the right iron. Gallegos pulls down the loose board. Looking for early offense here for the Pheonix. They trap her. Someone's got to be open.
Nice.
And it's Anya Choice. Switch to the rack for two.
Folks, that is why you ball fake. What a ball fake. Moves the entire defense. I mean, it was like parting the seas as soon as she did that. Wide open lane for the bucket. Anya Choice finding her choice of buckets right now. Wow.
Yeah, whatever she wants. A couple buckets in this fourth. The lead up to 14, 76-62 to score. Timeout called by the Blaze, trying to figure something out here against the Pheonix. DaCosta, one of the more touching stories we have in the WPBA, a long list of unfortunate personal history in the last half decade, but she's on the court for the first time for the Pheonix. Rajani Moore finds a wide open. Amila Lee hits the triple.
Amila Lee had been struggling to find that three ball. Finally gets one from the corner. But again, being able to penetrate and kick.
Moore tied up. Good work by Maya Pace.
Perfect weak side help, being able to come up and wall up. That's important. You don't want to come up and foul, come up out of control. She immediately came up, base was strong, puts her hands on the ball, jump ball, easy.
Mauricio fires from 15 feet. Here come the Blaze out of the timeout.
And here's that marksman air that I was talking about. She can get a quick little jump, and then the elevation is beautiful.
And now the bench for the Blaze, giving their defense chance. First time we've heard that all afternoon. Delia Moore collides with Brajani Moore. No whistle, and 2 more points for Delia.
It's not enough.
Yeah, play on scenario. Lee curls it around DaCosta.
Okay, I think it just got a little bit hotter in this gym. Look at this energy on defense. Turnover, easy bucket. Amila Lee gonna finish it. And they're within 7. Wow.
7 quick ones for Amila Lee. You can feel the energy in the gym changing. And now it's a timeout called by Greg Ron, and the Pheonix still on top by 7. What a quick turnaround. They cut the deficit in half in the span of a minute. And they just got to do that one more time, and we have a brand new game.
Man, I just got chills. I'm not even joking, Jacob. I just got chills just from how quickly the energy shifted. That was unbelievable defense, going back and forth, battling. And then, of course, you see Amila Lee now get 2 quick buckets after having struggled all game. And what did it come off of? Tenacious defense. And really, give it up for Bella Mauricio. She has been working like a dog out in the open court on these Pheonix guards, and finally gets to capitalize and help her teammate out. Lee finishes the play. Now it's on Pheonix to answer.
And you give Amila Lee 2 layups. We know she can shoot from distance, and as a shooter, to see a couple easy ones fall through. We'll see if she decides to pull from deep a couple more times. Of course, she just hit that corner triple a few possessions ago. Pheonix got to lock in here. They take DaCosta right back out of the game.
Here's that blitz again. And every time. Pheonix has got to adjust now. They have seen that blitz at least 4 times, and they've seen it executed well. Whether they keep it here on the jump ball, doesn't matter. You now have a situation in which your offense is being disrupted. They've got to get their flow of offense back up again the way they had it in the first half.
They lob it inside to Eric McCall. Trying to battle on Pace. Pace deflected it. Mauricio saves it for the Blaze. Another turnover on the Pheonix. Here we go. Still a 3-possession game. Lee looking to change that. Spins it home. Amila Lee, 9 points in 90 seconds.
Amila Lee has woken up as the Blaze have. They're clapping down, going down the court right now. Everyone up on the bench over here.
And Lee called with a bump against Gallegos. Look, the Blaze don't win last year's championship without battling hard at certain points in the season. They were a perfect 10-0, including playoffs, but this team had to grind it out, and they're looking to do it one more time here. The Pheonix now playing on their heels despite a 5-point lead. Gallegos switches on the Pace. Here's the trap from Lee. Pass makes it into the corner to Givens. Not used to making decisions, and it results in a turnover. 24-second shot clock.
Right now, the Blaze have all of the momentum because they have created all of the chaos. Their defense has hands active, feet active, bodies moving. It is so distracting for the Pheonix. They cannot get their feet settled.
I understand.
Amila Lee with the ball. Berjani Moore has just been a dog off the bench all game long as the only sub. Finds Mauricio cutting, and we've got a one-possession game midway through the fourth.
Wow. Pheonix has to settle down right now in the half court.
Shanice Garrett in the corner, and she's fouled by Isabella Mauricio.
That's a tough call right there. You hate to make a play like that right when you have all the momentum, everything shifting your way, and your defense is working. You see Isabella Mauricio come back to the bench, tapping her chest, my bad, my bad. But guess what? There's smiles right now on the Blazers' face. As Brooke Dimitri checked in, she's feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, she's coming in with fresh legs, fresh energy, ready to get back out on the court. This is exciting right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of pearly whites showing right now for the Blaze heading into this media timeout. 4:42 to go. Anyone's ball game. Don't leave us here on bench. Back in just one moment.
First time and being the first American team in that experience. I had the pleasure of playing in it the year before, but I was on the Mexican team. So it was a completely different experience playing with a lot of different players in this league, and it was just a great experience. So Fatima did a great job putting it together, and just shout out to her for making it all happen. And besides playing, what other things did you do while you were in Medellin, Colombia?
So we went on a couple of tours. We went on a nice, it was a few hours tour throughout the city between busing and walking. And then I found a chiropractor because I'm a little old at times, but I found a chiropractor and massage therapist. Did some of that. We got to mingle with, there was a rugby tournament going on there as well. So we got to mingle with a bunch of rugby players from different countries. And then all the players from the tournament that we were in, all the teams were in the same hotel. So by the end of the tournament, we got to make friends with, people that I probably would have never met in this lifetime. So that was awesome.
All right, thanks so much, ladies, for telling us about your experience. Fans, Town Takes World, that short documentary is going to be screened on Friday, August 15th, right here on the Oakland Hills campus at 6 p.m. It's going to be a great night. We've got a great panel discussion, going to be highlighted by many players from that Bay Area Pheonix team, as well as representatives from staff. So please come on out this Friday, August 15th at 6 o'clock to screen Town Takes World.
And 4:42 remain in regulation. A couple free throws upcoming here for Shanice Garrett, working on a really nice championship game. 13 points, 6 rebounds. And that's the first of two. And that makes it a two-possession game. If you've missed the last few minutes of action, go ahead and rewind because the Blaze have come alive here in the fourth quarter. Down as many as 14. They just cut it to 3. And pardon me, 3 free throws coming up for Garrett after Mauricio fouled her on a 3-point shot. Here's Amila Lee, all gas, no brakes, no one stopped the ball except Shanice Garrett at the last moment to poke it out of bounds.
Blaze are very much living up to their name right now, both on offense and defense, just moving quickly with the wind, loving the speed and the pace with which they're playing.
Speaking of pace, here's Maya Pace heading to the line for a pair of free throws.
Pace doing a great job recognizing that she had a little bit of contact on her, putting the ball up immediately. I don't know if she was ready to put that ball up, but it was a smart play. She gets to the charity stripe.
Yeah, she felt the contact and went up with her shooting motion. And a good chance for Maya Pace. Only 3 points in this game. A player that was so crucial in their run last year to win the championship. Now averaging 9 points this year, 7.5 rebounds. Chance to see a couple go through here and cut it back to a one-possession game. Pretty stroke from the lefty on the first of two. Perfection from Maya Pace. 2 of 2. 80-77 to score. The two most high-powered offenses all year long, certainly living up to the hype. McCall from distance, haven't seen that stroke in a while, and it comes up short. Brooke Dimitri all alone for a moment, but they missed her as Erica McCall hit the deck. And Mauricio creates contact with Shanice Garrett. Stop the clock and put another Blaze player at the line.
Blaze are not settling right now for any outside shots. They're pounding the ball up the middle of the floor or slashing from the wings. Pheonix are not ready for it. They're not getting their bodies in front, or they're not peel switching, which is something where you can, hey, I'm beat. Go ahead and just get my man. Like, get that communication ready in advance. That's something that Pheonix will take advantage of right now with the way that Amila Lee, Isabella Mauricio, now Kaylin Rondo are back in the game. The way that they are attacking the basket, you've got to look at Pheonix and say, what are you going to do to put a body in front? And
you would think the team with just 6 available ladies having this kind of energy late in the game is really heroic.
Again, another blitz.
McKellis avoids the turnover, finds Shanice Garrett strong on the 3, but there's Delia Moore. Now she'll test her luck from distance, connects. Huge triple by Delia Moore.
That's one of the advantages you have when you are being blitzed. That means the defense is now out of position. If you move the ball, which they did from one side to the other, you will end up with an open shot.
Here's Brooke Dimitri, rises and gets the shooter's touch. Dimitri up to 20 points. Averaged just 7 points this year with the Blaze, but as a Stanford product, she can light it up at any time, doing so right now.
That shot looked very reminiscent of what she would do at Stanford as well, that nice little mid-range pull-up in the paint.
Maya Pace, read it like a book, picks the pocket of Delia Moore, and the Blaze a chance to cut this to 1 or tie it with a 3. Brooke Dimitri goes for it all and comes up well short. Not a clean release there in the corner.
In the first half, it was the Blaze telegraphing their passes. Now it's Pheonix making it a little bit too easy for the Blaze to get into these passing lanes.
Gallegos to Shanice Garrett, trying to run something for McCall down low. Unable to find her, so Shanice keeps the dribble alive and puts it off glass for 2. She's got 17.
Shanice Garrett dribbling across the key all the way to the other end to find the glass. Nice finish by her inside.
Dimitri, no hesitation, and why should she? 6 triples for Brooke Dimitri in a 2-point ball game.
Quick release. Man, that is tough. It's already over her head as Moore puts up her own 3 and answers. It's back and forth right now in here, guys. Only 5-point deficit now for the Blaze as Mauricio brings it up the court. I'm loving the energy in here, Jacob.
This is great. It feels just like Friday in that quarterfinal matchups. Maya Pace, tough shot. Good defense by McKellis. And now the clock in favor of the hot orange jerseys. Gallegos pulls from distance. That would have put some nails in a coffin. Instead, Rondowa secures the rebound. She's tired on her way back on offense. Mauricio is not.
Let's see what they do in the half court here.
Floor out of balance as they try to separate themselves atop the arc. Rondowa through contact finds Dimitri. Shot clock winding down. Lee has to fire and hits with her body, falling out of bounds.
Brooke Dimitri, great look. Could have put that up herself, forced the 3, but finds Lee closer to the basket. And here's that Blaze defense.
Moore able to stay with it. Ooh, gets tripped up. No whistle. And we have a charge. Kaylin Rondowa takes it as Erica McCall goes crashing downhill.
Another charge call against Erica McCall. Just hasn't had that control as she gets into the paint. But this is what happens when you've got the game sped up like this and you're not settled and you're not seeing exactly what you want. You can end up in a situation where you're dribbling for no reason, and that's what McCall was doing in that moment. Ends up dribbling right into Rondua, who plays it perfectly, the dramatic fallback, and gets the charge called.
And now she was stretching out her own left calf. She is playing through some serious pain right now. She's not hiding it, but that left calf has tightened up on her a few times in this game. And once more, Blaze under a minute, a chance to tie with a 3. They've already had 9 as a unit. Mauricio inside the free throw line, makes it a 1-point ball game. A 20-burger from Mauricio once more here in the playoffs.
Nice little pump fake turnaround.
More to the cup, shot off the mark, loose ball, who's got it? Blaze won a timeout, called, they won't get it. Jump ball, but it's gonna go their way. Zena, they have a chance to take the lead right now.
This is insane. 1-point game. The Blaze feel like they found, the fountain of youth right now. They've got all of this new energy, and they've played 6 women all game long. They're on the ground, they're everywhere, and they're talking, and that's huge. The communication has not dropped. It's actually gotten better over the course of this game with the Blaze, and now they've got the momentum and they've got the opportunity. Only 36 and a half seconds left.
Near double dribble there by Lee. Blaze can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Amelia Lee has it up top. She has come alive in this 4th quarter. Kicks it out. Brooke Dimitri for the lead. Got it! Nyla! Brooke Dimitri!
God! Brooke Dimitri with the dagger, almost off 1 foot. Amelia Lee needed an out. She had nowhere to go with Charity Gallegos. After she went off that screen, Erica McCall was in front of her. She realizes, I can't put that ball up. That's Erica McCall in front of me. Let me turn around, and who's wide open? Dimitri with the dagger. Oh, my God. You wanted a championship game, Jacob? This is the finals. Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Brooke Dimitri having her Cardinal flashbacks. 7 3-pointers. She's got 26 points to lead all scorers. And that's on 9 of 14 shooting. When she puts it up, it falls.
Jacob, I've got a cramp in my back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm cramped out now. That was an unreal play. Talk about ice in your veins, Brooke Dimitri.
There's no AC in this gym, but there is something in this gym that just gets the 3-pointers late in games. We saw it Friday in the quarterfinals. Brooke Dimitri, not the shot of her life, the shot of the season for sure.
Takes the lead up to first lead of the game for the Blaze.
Well, they've been tied a couple times, no lead for the Blaze, but game so far from being over. 19.3, Pheonix basketball, how do you respond? McCall, this is her show. Battling on Maya Pace, tie ball game.
Erica McCall with that nice footwork, backs down Pace, gets a nice little shoulder shimmy, figures out where her defense is, turns around, puts it up, but Amelia Lee going the other way.
Gets in the foul. Amelia Lee going berserk in the 4th. 3 seconds left. Moore lost it. Ball's on the deck, and the horn sounds. The Bay City Blaze out of nowhere storm back to take their 2nd consecutive WPBA title. Zena, what did we just see?
The Blaze being so resilient. This is a team that was down 11 after the 1st quarter. This is a team that all game long, they've been subbing 1 person in, 1 person out. They only had 6 active players. They had one of their main players, Kaylin Rondua, going off the court with leg cramps. Every single second counted for the Blaze. They never gave up. every time we're sitting right behind their huddle, we can hear them. We work too hard. That's what Kaylin Rondewa said in the last timeout. We worked too hard. We cannot trade buckets. We got to get stops. And what was their call as they huddled up to go back out on the court? 1, 2, 3, defense. And that is what won the game for the Blaze.
Chills. Somehow chills in this humid arena. The Bay City Blaze. At times, I mean, we saw the Pheonix put in Akira DaCosta, a player that had not played in this entire game when they were up by 16 points. And that's really when the rally started. A quick 7-0 run by the Blaze once DaCosta came into the game. So maybe an early flag there from Coach Greg Ron, thinking maybe they had it in the books in the fourth. They did not.
And that's why you can never get too comfortable. This is pro hoops. These women are ballers. They are dogs. They are going to get it out the mud, and that is exactly what the Blaze did in this game. Credit to every single one of these players for meeting the moment. We look at Brajani Moore coming off the bench, doing all the little things, deflections, getting the charges. You look at Isabella Mauricio all game long, guarding the player in the open court, stopping guys. Brooke Dimitri with the shots out of nowhere, out of everywhere. This was a phenomenal game. Pace, battling down low, getting those rebounds. I can't, and then Amila Lee coming to life right at the right moment for the Blaze at the end of this game.
I mean, all 6 players and even Rashonda Gray have a MVP of the game candidate for them. I mean, Rashonda Gray did not set a towel or a fan down from her hands all game long, trying to cool down her players. But you look at the Blaze, Brajani Moore, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 charges taken, 110% effort on defense. Just did everything she could. They had 3 players with 20 or more, Mauricio, Lee, and Brooke Dimitri to lead the way with 26 points, 7 triples. Looks like the best candidate for championship game MVP, but I mean, Amila Lee had 15 points in the fourth quarter.
She had 3 points at half.
Yeah.
3 points at half. That can usually mess with someone's mind. That can usually say, I don't have it today. I don't got it today. And you know what she did? She dug in deeper on her defense.
Yep.
And that allowed her to find more opportunities in transition because, and I'll tell you this, credit Gardier.
Yes.
Because, and I might actually credit Kaylin Rondewa because I saw her come to her huddle saying to Gardier, let's trap on that high ball pick. Let's trap. And they made that adjustment. And ever since they made that adjustment, Jacob, that was the difference in the game. It sped up Pheonix.
Yeah.
And Pheonix didn't have the comfort that they had in that first half.
The Pheonix ended this game with 16 turnovers, the Blaze 10. And I'm not sure when the Blaze had that final 10th turnover. Where I'm looking right now. At the end of the third quarter, they had 10.
There you go. They
no
had 7
turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
That is winning championship basketball.
Correct.
Coach Gardier's squad wins back-to-back WPBA titles.
Wow.
The founder of this league, Fatima A., has had this league get better and better every year with the amount of talent, the fans, the sponsorships. This is the best game we have ever seen in WPBA history, and what a time for this fourth quarter hero ball by the entire Blaze squad to take a 92-90 final. Oh my gosh, I really didn't see this coming.
I didn't. I'm very honored to be a part of this. I really think that the WPBA is going to be one of those leagues that they eventually talk about as the start of something like a Women's G League, as a different layer to the WNBA. And it is awesome that we just got to see that caliber of competition. And the proof is in the pudding as to why this league is the next coming of what could be a second layer to the WNBA. We saw premier talent play premier ball all the way through the buzzer. That was fun. That was fun.
It was so much fun. And like you said, Zena, what a pleasure and an honor it has been on my behalf, too, to be able to witness this game and call it for you all watching on bench. You certainly missed some incredible energy here in the gym when the Blaze won over the hearts of a lot of these fans in the bleachers with their crazy run in the fourth quarter to take it by 2. Pre-game with Coach Gardier, I spoke with him for some time. Brooke Dimitri, this is her first year with the team, of course, just graduating from Stanford. And when this team is fully healthy, she doesn't really have the same role she has now. But with this squad only having 6 ladies, everyone has to step up. And Brooke Dimitri, she had her role as a shooter, and she just shot with confidence all game long, hit her first shot, and she never looked back to lead the way with 26 points, just 1 rebound, 1 assist. She was in there to shoot, and she got herself some buckets all game long.
And this is the difference between the pros and the amateurs, right? If this isn't your role all season long, but you in the championship game find a way to step up, that is the difference. You do what your team requires of you. You show up and you morph your game to whatever.
As it came down towards the end right there, when you were looking for that last layup and you got it, what went into the defensive stop on the other side? You had your defensive player in the game to come up with a little steal right there to help you guys out. What about that?
Absolutely. We were going to go on timeout, but then we had momentum in the numbers, so we just played it out. And then defensively, we wanted to put our hands on the ball and make it to
It worked out well. And how about your MVP, Brooke Dimitri? How about her game this afternoon?
Brooke was awesome today. Big buckets, big shots. Defensively, did a solid job on the screen rolls and all the stuff we had to deal with. Shot the ball very well, so we're excited. And
congratulations to the Bay City Blaze, back-to-back WPBA champions. Fans, thank you all for coming out. Make some noise for our 2025 WPBA finalists and
Congratulations on a really great season for Pheonix.
Yes.
And there's a lot of young players over on that side, a lot of women that just graduated out of college, that just are in their first year of WPBA, and they're going to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to remember this. They're going to feel this. And if anything, it's just going to be fuel for their seasons where they might go after this particular season in WPBA if they go overseas, etc. But when they come back to Oakland, oh, you know they're going to feel it and remember that.
Well, we're watching from behind the scene going on for all the awards. Brooke Dimitri's got a basketball in her hand. I can see the words MVP on it, so worthy title there for Brooke Dimitri. It's going to go up in her shelf next to her 3 regular season Pac-12 titles.
Yeah.
Special moment, and like you mentioned, the Pheonix have a lot of first-year players. Gallegos, a first-year player. Shanice Garrett, a first-year player. Anya Choice, a first-year player.
For not only our players, but for everybody that's within this ecosystem. So again, in order for us to keep this going, we definitely need more people to talk about us, for more people to continue to show up to games. I don't know if you guys saw the news the other day, but we've been titled the Emerging G League here in Oakland. That's special. That's never existed here for women's basketball. So we wear that with pride. But again, we need the Bay Area to come out and support and continue to talk about us, because what we're doing here is special, and it's changing the game for women's basketball, especially when it comes to giving opportunities to players once they finish playing college or they're looking for somewhere to sharpen up their skills in their off season. So I hope to see you guys on Friday at our documentary screening. It's going to be here at the Performing Arts Center. We're going to be highlighting some of our other top players within the league, but it's going to be an opportunity for us to be able to share our story about our trip to Medellin, Colombia, but why the WPBA is important to the basketball ecosystem. We've got, I don't know if you guys have heard of this woman, Cheryl Swoops. She's coming. She's on the panel. We've got Chastity Melvin. We've got Bridget Pettis. We've got Rashonda Gray, Erica McCall, Amelia Lee on this panel talking about what this means to them and why it's important and why the time is now. So I hope to have all of you guys with us in the building this Friday again. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for believing in this dream. And thank you for helping us keep this vision alive.
What all of these women's college careers ended like. I was actually at Brooke Dimitri's last game this season, but all of these women, I don't know if they've ever been in a game like this, where they are low on bodies. I mean, this reminds me of like high school AAU maybe,
Yep.
right? But you're not in AAU. You might be going up against some tough teams, but you're not going against pros.
No.
You know, you're not going up against Erica McCall, right? And you are able to withstand the dominance of Pheonix, despite being low on bodies, despite being tired, and get a win, and get the most important win. Awesome, awesome job. I applaud both teams, but especially congratulations to the Blaze.
The Blaze came into this year with a chip on their shoulder, a target on their back, whatever you want to call it. And going into next year, they're going to have two of those things. The whole league hunting the Bay City Blaze once more when we come into the 2026 WPBA season. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning into this thriller of a championship game here on Bench. For Zena Keita, I'm Jacob Van Rolko, and our producer Robert. We thank you for your time. Signing out until next year.